Okay guys, so today we're going to be talking about lab safety, which is the hows, whats, and whys of lab safety. So why do we want to be safe, how do we stay safe, and what does safety look like? So, why do we want to be safe? Well, you don't come to class and you don't come to school to get hurt. That's not your goal. So, it is mine, yours, and your parents' priority, your number one priority for you to stay safe. And science isn't fun if we get hurt. Science isn't fun if you're not doing labs. So we want to make sure that you're following all these lab safety rules to ensure that we all have a great science class experience. So what is lab safety? Well, lab safety, very simply, is all the rules, policies, and procedures and activities that we are going to follow to keep us all safe in the lab. This is what I will be doing, this is what you will be doing, and this is what your parents will expect us both to be doing in the classroom. So we need to make sure that we follow all of them and that we completely understand them. Because if we don't completely understand them and you don't prove that you understand those lab rules, you are not going to be participating. And I can guarantee that not participating is not going to make you a very happy camper because you're going to want to participate. So why do we want to be safe? Well, again, if you're not safe, you're not going to be participating in lab. Your happy little butt is going to be set out of the lab and you're going to be given an alternative assignment that I can guarantee is not going to be nearly as interesting as what we are doing in the lab. So I highly suggest that you follow all the lab safety rules. So, how do we stay safe? Well, these are just a few of the many rules that you're going to be expected to know. I've highlighted these because I want to make sure that I cover them. All the others are going to be on your lab safety contract that you're all going to get a copy of. So, first one, no horseplay, act responsibly. This includes tossing things, pushing, shoving, acting a fool, carrying people around on your back, whatever it is, don't do it. You need to act responsibly. Labs are a privilege, not a right. Okay, so you don't have to do them. Please, please, please do not force me to take your privileges away. No food, drink, gum in the lab area. This is because you do not know what chemicals or substances are on the lab benches or what you're dealing with. Okay? And you can easily transfer those things to your hands, which then you transfer to your mouth by putting it on your food. And that can cause problems. So we don't even want to have food, drink, or gum in the lab area. You don't even want to touch your food, drink, or gum until after you've washed your hands after a lab. Okay, so we need to keep that in mind. We also want to make sure that we are not sitting on the lab benches because that can be transferred to our clothing as well. Alrighty. Wearing of the appropriate clothing. If you're not wearing the appropriate clothing, that means you're not going to be ready to participate in the lab. And appropriate clothing includes clothing that fits well, that's not baggy, and these are just a few of the rules, that your jewelry, long jewelry, is taken off or tucked in, and that your long hair must be tied back. You also need to wear closed-toed shoes, no sandals, flip-flops, peep-toe pumps, whatever it is. If your toes are showing, you're not doing lab. You always need to be alert in the lab. This means paying attention to your surroundings, paying attention to your lab mates, paying attention to me, making sure that you know and are aware what is going on in your surroundings. When you are in doubt, don't do it. If there is anything that you question for 1 second I will not approve of, just don't do it. Because I can guarantee that if you think I'm not going to be happy with it, you're probably right. I'm not going to be happy with it. And that can result in you not participating in the lab and having that alternative assignment that I guarantee you're not going to like. If there is anyone or anything that you feel is unsafe, or any problems that occur, say a beaker is spilled that had some hydrogen peroxide or whatever in it, let me know. We need to clean that up. Okay? Don't do anything until you let me know. Your first response is always to let me know. And for any and all other rules, we're going to be going over in detail the lab safety contract. And you, your parent, and myself will all sign this and keep it on file that you have read understand, and agree to all the lab safety rules. Alright, so what am I going to have you do with all of this? Well, the first thing is in class, you're going to illustrate one of the lab safety rules. This is going to be an 8.5 by 11 or a regular piece of copy paper poster that illustrates one of the lab rules very simply and communicates to the person who's reading it everything about the rule that they need to know. The second thing is that you need to study for the quiz. There will be a quiz based off of the lab safety contract. You need to study it. I will let you know the most important rules that you do need to pay attention to. Okay? The lab safety scenarios game. I'll be giving you some scenarios that you're going to have to identify the appropriate rules that are being broken or followed, and you're going to be able to explain what they could have done differently and how they could have made it safer. And the last thing is this video. There's a link to this video that you're going to watch. You need to make sure that you watch it completely and that you understand all the lab safety rules that are in it. I would suggest that you write down all the lab safety rules that they mention. In fact, I'm going to require it. You're going to write down all the lab safety rules that they mention and bring that list with you to class, and we're going to discuss what you saw. Alright, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.